There were 76 Vietnam veterans on the Permian Basin Honor Flight. They all got a look at the wall that was built in their honor. It lists the more than 58,000 service members who were killed in the war. Some of the veterans were overcome with emotion and moved to tears looking at the wall and remembering their comrades who were killed. Shelby Landgraf picks up our team coverage here and brings us the story of one Vietnam veteran's service and the lasting impact it's had on his family.
Our company built all this stuff, and we hand-filled all these sandbags.
In 1968, Walter Chorney arrived in Vietnam to the Long Binh base.
I had a job to do and I did it. There was, no questions asked. That was just my duty to fulfill what I was assigned to do.
At 21 years old, the U.S. Army assigned Chorney, known to his friends as Skip, to the Consolidated Battalion Supply Yard and put him in charge of supplies from large engine parts to pistols.
In running the yard, I tried to keep it neat, straight, and locate everything because my prime concern was getting the right parts to the right people so that they could do their job.
But when Skip arrived, the supply yard was just a giant pile of stuff.
My mission was to find the stuff, identify the stuff, and put it in storage. And because it amounted to several $100,000 being picked up in our inventory, I did get the Bronze Star for that particular mission.
As the junior lieutenant in the company, Skip also traveled to different locations as the pay officer.
I recall flying in the helicopters and stuff, going from place to place. I'd look down and you'd think there were sand traps in a golf course and in a line and everything, and then you'd realize there were 500-pound bombs from B-52s where they were bombing the heck out of the jungle.
Skip served in Vietnam for 18 months and then went on to complete a 12-year career in the Army.
This is an official Army photo. This is where I got my meritorious service medal.
Before planting roots with his wife and 4 children in Odessa.
It's raised me to understand that you have to get out there and fight for what's right.
Skip's son, Ben Chorney, carried on the legacy of service.
Volunteering to fight for your country is one of the strongest things you can do. It's a very noble thing.
In 1997, Ben enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps.
I think the day before graduation. So that's one with my mom and one with my dad.
After graduating from the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Ben served 4 years as an active duty Marine.
I think it's taught us a lot of self-discipline and discipline in general, and the ability to take adversity and move forward with it.
Skip echoes that impact.
You learn the rigors of life and to do your job and do it right and do it right the first time.
Both Chorneys are the men they are today because they answered the call to serve.
Obviously, war is hell, and we don't really want to see our people in that situation, but it's a job that has to be done, and when it's time to do it, it's got to be done.
For CBS 7 News, I'm Shelby Landgraf.
Great story, Shelby. Thank you so much for that. This is the 6th trip for the Permian Basin Honor Flight. The nonprofit first took flight in 2014 for behind